Because I stepped off the plane in a really thin cardigan, and that year happened to be one of the worst winters so far. And that I think that was the 2013 winter. It was probably one of the worst winter I've heard that Ireland has had. That wasn't a pleasant experience, but otherwise it was very good.
To be honest with you, when I was younger, I didn't even notice there was a difference between me and my fellow classmates. I was black and they were white, but like there wasn't a difference because we weren't aware of racism or of like a difference there was between color until like a certain age. And everyone was very friendly with me. They were actually very excited because I was a different shade of color to them. And they were really, intrigued as to why.
Ireland I would say Ireland is pretty amazing. Going outside of Ireland, well, outside of Dublin. Dublin is being a big capital city. It has a lot in common with big capital cities, but it still has like the little soul of a small town, which I love. I mean, it's not as chaotic as, let's say, New York or Beijing or something else. It's just it's a capital with the soul of a small town, and that's pretty cool. You get to see a lot of people every single day that you don't even know, and you see them on the street. That's really cool, I think.
So whenever I'm around most of my Irish friends, they appreciate me for who I am. I don't have to be different or act different. There's no issues whatsoever with I've never had like maybe personality clashes or differences with anyone. I do, but on a really minimum scale that I probably can't remember.
There has been a few instances here where it has been quite well. Like a few weeks after I got here, we were eating in a diner, me and my friends. We were speaking Spanish, and this huge man comes in. He just walks up to us and he's like, "What are you speaking? What are you talking?" We're like very intimidated, like, "Sorry, what?" It's like, "Don't speak Spanish. Speak English. You're in Ireland." And we were so intimidated. We were like, we actually stopped talking the rest of the time that he was there. We were like a little bit scared. And then I realized like I shouldn't have been scared. Maybe I should have told like, well, you should be speaking Irish maybe, but I'm not, we're not like that kind of person, I don't like to be confrontational.
The other day I was at a St. Paddy's Day parade, and all of a sudden there were SWAT cars driving in and telling everyone to evacuate. I needed to get a friend, but I was, put down to the floor and I didn't do anything. It was merely because I was amongst this group of black people, and there's a certain, the police have a certain, outlook towards the whole black people in certain events. They see them as rough and violent. So I think the authority are meant to be shown leading by example, and I think some of them are failing to do that.
There are a lot of people here with amazing qualifications who come from the third world, and they end up here being, cleaners or being, kitchen porters and these kind of jobs, door to door sales, which is kind of wrong because they have master's degrees, and they have PhDs, and they're not fulfilling their potential, regarding in that situation, because we're not allowed, simply because we're not allowed.
My personal dream is to become successful. I want to become my own boss. I want to work in the line of medicine where I can provide supplies to third world countries, where I can also come up with new drugs that will change the face of medicine, that could really influence the world in general.
I really want to have kids. I want to be a parent, but that thing keeps me wondering, should I or shouldn't I? If I have to leave the first world and I have to go to the third world, should I really have kids? That's a big deal for me, and me and my partner, me and my girlfriend, and being here, I think it's a place that you can give that a little bit more stability, that you can raise the kids and just be a little bit more calm.
It's not necessarily about money. It's not necessarily about being among prime ministers or whatever it is. Sometimes it's the very little things that you do. Maybe giving a helping hand to someone, babysitting for someone, inviting someone over for a chat. It's just very, very small things that you do. And I'm very much into music as well. So music is a big part of my life, and that would be probably one of my major gateways into bringing about a change. And I see myself as an influential person, so I hope that I could work my way up that end and hopefully works that way.